Hello there. How's it going, folks? How you been? Hope everyone's not too, like, SNES'd out from Friday. Because, oh dear. Oh my, is what I would say. Super Godzilla still leaving behind some scars. You know what I'm saying? Hope you're all good. Welcome to Let's Rank almost every SNES game. I even forgot what part I was doing for a moment. Part 14. Holy smokes. I'm glad you had a good time. Myra Zero. Thank you. Fonk. Finally playing the one good European exclusive, Asterix. Look. Not today. But I can tell you right now, there is another EU exclusive on this list today that I want to play. And I think it's a good one. I think it should be a good one. Good results out of EU for a change. No shame to my EU friends. I'm sure they would understand. Right? What's up, Yosiva? Good to see you as well. I don't know if this EU game will be better than Aladdin, Fonk, but we'll see. We'll see. Speaking of Aladdin, actually no, I gotta do my promo first. Of course, yeah, it's like on Friday, no, Saturday. What day is it even? Jeez. On Saturday, it was really fun seeing everyone come around. I'm obviously, again, super thankful for all the wonderful people who subscribed and, you know, made all this happen. Always super thankful. And then, like, yesterday, just a small preview for things to come. It's like, we're going to do another Rocksmith stream this week. And, like, Burn Mike and their wonderful community, gosh, they, like, you know, they came through with all the Rocksmith goodness. And yesterday, Burn Mic dropped like a new chart that I like just offhandedly recommend, like, hey, you should check this out. This bassist, Leland Sklar, is like super talented. It's like been all your favorites. He's a session bassist that has been around the block. Check out this Reba McEntire song he did. And he just straight up charted it over the weekend or something like that, and like did it in a couple days. I'm just like, they're incredible. So like, I have to shout them out because they're so good. Yeah, shout outs to Burn Mick. Yeah, Leland is on so much stuff. Phil Collins, right? Reba Mac. Like, if I go to Leland Sklar's like Wikipedia page and just check out like their credits, it's ridiculous. It's like the who's who of everyone you've ever heard of, and even like, you know, right down to like Jackson Brown, right? Like a lot of really old classics that you've maybe been like, oh yeah, I know that song. Leland Sklar has probably done it, right? Anyways, how are my fingers, Fonk? Pretty good, actually. It's like my left hand is a little blistery, you know, but nothing I haven't dealt with in the past. It's plenty good. Now that I'm looking at my Stream Elements bot, I'm just like, I sure hope my Super Nintendo stuff is triggering. Anyways, plug. Followers, always appreciated. If you're watching the VOD, you know, come check us out live on Twitch TV / RJ Lee. It's right there. You know, come check it out. You never miss a show. You come follow. If you really want to support me, you can always sub as well on twitch.tv / RJ Lee. Really helps me out. Alternatively, also with this series, I have a new thing, obviously, where it's like, hey, you want me to play a different game? I'll do it. You want to suggest a game? I'll play it as soon as possible. You know, barring if I was playing someone else's game that they requested. But for $20 or for 8 gift subs or for 2,000 bits, it's all about the same amount of money. you know, $20 tip is probably the most direct way to do it. Although the bits are fine too. Bits can be expensive. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll play your game. You know, I'll take that request. I'll make it happen, and I'll play it for at least 30 minutes. Or I might play for more if I find it interesting. Or even if I hate it, I may even play it for longer because I'm like, I have to know. I have to know. We've run into so many games where I'm just like, this is probably terrible, but I need to know, right? On top of that, I'll even play a game that I already put on this list if you want me to reevaluate it. And I'll be very honest about it, right? A lot of these games, you know, I've been over this list multiple times. I'd be like, I think that game might be better than this other game that might be higher and or lower. Right? Reevaluation. It's always good to, like, you know, stay open-minded about these things. None of this is in concrete, right? Things can change as we add more games. Things can shift. I've already done it in a couple small places, right? Gonchorn knows best. Evo, underrated. Still underrated? Well, you know, we'll see when we put more games on this list. Anyways, enough all this promo business. Let's get started. Oh, right. And, you know, VODs. They always go to youtube.com/@RJLee. Subscribe to me there, and that's free, obviously. Well, they're missing a new video. I have yet to put up the videos for that happened on Saturday because I was like, hey, what if I tried to upload my Rocksmith playing to this? And what happens? Oh, it just blocked that outright. It did not. It's like, YouTube was like, no, you're not doing that. DMCA notifications flying off the hand. I didn't get like a copyright strike per se, but like maybe it was just like so many warnings. It was just like, get the hell out of here. It's like normally, so like I've uploaded like some Rocksmith videos before, and they're usually just like me playing one song and like with the chart or something with the Rocksmith chart, and I'll throw that up and it'll be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, obviously, like I'm not even monetized on YouTube or anything like that, but I'm guessing if I was, you know, like all the money would go towards like the rights holders or whatever, right? Or like whatever chunk of change. In this case, I don't know if it's because I had so many copyright kind of like checks on this thing with all the songs I played in one video. It was like, no, we're just, yeah. Yosipa and Miser. You're right. It's like, nice try. Kid is not even close. Try again. Try a different video, friend. So I didn't like that. And then I tried uploading the other two videos, and it was just going to take too long to process. I didn't want to do it in the middle of the stream, so we'll do that later. Probably upload that all in a chunk after I'm done here today. But anyways, now that house cleaning is out of the way, let's play some video games, shall we? As I said before, I want to play some good games today. You know, I put that in some way. I didn't do my social. I didn't blue. Whatever. I don't need to do Blue Sky. I have a Blue Sky. I'm not putting it anywhere up because I use it for like maybe just whenever I go live, but that's kind of it. I'm not a big social media person that way. My Zero. We'll get the Harvest Moon. We'll get there. I promise. We'll get there. It's on the list. Not this list. On my other list. Speaking of Aladdin, we played some Aladdin over the weekend, right? While it's fresh in our minds. This freaking thing.
Earthworm Jim.
Ugh. Fungus. And me like, no! Yeah, I did say some good games. I'm sorry, but I did note, let's get this out of the way first, though. You gotta eat your vegetables, right? You gotta eat your vegetables before you have, you know, your nice proteins and meats and whatever have you. I can't even change the controls on this. It just is normal, so okay. What were the controls again? Let's look at that again. Fire, whip, jump. Okay, that's fine. You're right, Fawn. Dave Perry has never made a good game. We'll take a look at this one, though. Hey, what's up, like hyena? Cool fonts. Yeah, they're bouncing. I'm like, that's fun, I guess. I mean, fuck the designer of this game, not Dave Perry. He was maybe a director or producer, but for Pete's sake, indeed. All right, let's just. Yeah, I like vegetables. I will develop some opinions on this game. Let's get this out of the way. Again, just while it's fresh in our minds, New Junk City, while it's fresh in our mind, talking about Aladdin on Saturday, okay? Remember all what I said about a bad camera, illegible level design. Okay, can't look up or down, but that's fine. Gotta shoot, gotta jump, gotta whip. Just shoot him. Just shoot him. I don't know why I'm trying to do that. Okay. It's got a hit scan gun. That's fine. You know? I don't mind these animations. That's weird, but okay. This jump feels very similar. You also notice, as soon as I start running to the right, how far off the or how much the camera shifts, right? Like, how much to the left I'm running here and how close it is to that side, and equally if I go to the right. Notably, the camera does shift as soon as I stop holding a direction, which is good, at the very least. So, in the 1 year's time that they went from Aladdin to this game, maybe they learned something. Fonk says, oh, he did make Global Gladiators. I don't know what that is. And yeah, they made Cool Spot because they got a bunch. Okay, here's the other thing. Okay? Because I saw this fact that I did not know about Earthworm Jim and Shiny Entertainment, which I just totally forgot, if I'm being quite honest. So, Earthworm Jim, 1994, right? Comes out on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. Actually, let's do this because I should be sharing with the class. Okay. Let's do this. Turn off the jazz music for now because I have Earthworm Jim music in the background. Earthworm Jim, right? Shiny Entertainment, 1994. Oh, thank you, Wikipedia. So, zoom in, I got this. They also made MDK, Enter the Matrix, right? So it's going to be Interplay in 1995, sure. But this company used to be known as Virgin, was it Virgin Entertainment? What was it? Something like that, right? Virgin Games, I think, right? So we got Dave Perry's kind of stuff here for a minute. Yes, Virgin Games USA, which is where Aladdin came from, this piece of work, right? 1993. Yeah, soundtrack by Tommy Tom. We'll get there, Fonk. We'll get there. So Dave Perry was in charge of this, right? Directing this game. When the whole reason Virgin Games USA kind of started out was because Dave Perry basically got the check to make. Oh, where is it? Da-da-da-da. Perry's work on The Terminator, right, for the Sega Genesis, which is fine, right? And that was in 1992. Caught the attention of Virgin Mastertronics, who was expanding into the US and had entered a deal with McDonald's to publish a video game themed around its restaurants within 6 months. Y'all know what that McDonald's game was? Maybe you heard of a little game for the NES called Mick Kids or MC Kids. You know, developed by Virgin Games, right? This game is a piece of trash. It is extremely dubious, right? I know this was also released in the UK as something else, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, sorry. The NES release in Europe had the same name as the home computer ports. Also known as McDonald Land. He made the other one? What? Sorry? Did I misattribute this? The Mega Drive one? No, not that. What's that game called, Fonk? Old Gladiator? Oh my gosh, you're right. Sorry. But wait, this isn't the same thing? I thought it was the same thing. This is all new to me then. I'm glad to have this history cleared up for me if that's the case. Oh gosh. This looks equally as hellacious. But similar. This is Mega Drive as hell, that's for sure. Mick and Mac Global Gladiators. Oh dear. That's probably very loud, I apologize. Yeah, that's not good. You fight snot monsters. Huh. Anyways. So what's... Okay, this game is the spiritual successor to the NES game MC Kids. That tracks. And I thought there was history here. So like Dave Perry didn't have anything to do with this one? I guess not, huh? Alright. I apologize to David Perry. But it's good there was another game that was just as bad, apparently, to make up my mistake. Either way, you get the check from McDonald's, you say, okay, let's spin up our own thing, and then Shiny Entertainment happens, basically, right? And I guess that's how Cool Spot came around. You know, 1993 for Cool Spot, though. Good lord. Look, those credits on Moby Games. Yeah, I should be using Moby Games instead. I know it's a little more comprehensive. Ugh. Anyways, let's go back to the bad game with the earthworm in it. Let's get this cow. Look at this cow. His weird eyes. That's very... Cow launched! Hilarious. Oh gosh, what was that? Notably can't shoot while I'm bouncing on these tires. I can only whip, so this is a problem. Cool. I'm so glad that dog could hit me right there. Can't whip up, by the way. I can do it while standing, but I can't do it in a jump. Gosh. Again, this whole like... Oh, jeez. This whole being super close to the edge of the screen as you, as you're like, you know, traversing. I hate it. Hey, what's up, Del Focus? Look, I also rented this game at least once or twice growing up as well, so I get it. I don't remember how I did that super shot. Oh, that's probably from picking up the gun bonuses, right? Can't jump off this. Can only come off it. That's annoying, to say the least. I don't know why you can climb this, but okay. Also, how do I get... Can I even get this? Oh my gosh, this jump. Oh my gosh. Okay. Again, it's like... The legibility here... Like, I'll be very honest. Like, the legibility in terms of, like, understanding the level design it's better than Aladdin so far. Like, there's not as much foreground background layering, right? Cool. I'm hilarious idle animations. But still, it's like, why am I falling off this here, right? Like, if you're drawing that edge, like, let me stand on that edge, right? Don't make me guess where it is, right? But, like, that's the whole thing with a lot of, like, these shiny entertainment games, and, like, they're deferring a lot of, I guess, artistic design to not knowing, like, where hitboxes necessarily are, where, like, level edges are. You know, stylistic choices, fine, but it doesn't make it good to play, right? Also, I don't know why I can go up here. Let's just keep moving along. All right, I remember this, climbing up this weird conveyor for some reason. Also, like, I can't bounce on these tires, but it's like, no, forget it. That's a background object now. Like, come on. It's on the same layer as those other tires. Fox says, Tommy's music is shit. We don't even know this is actually Tommy's music or not, right? It could be. But we're not sure. Who knows at this point, right? Wait, that's a thing I can whip, right? It's that weird thing off. Oh my gosh, come on. I know I can whip that. And I keep falling down this layer instead. Like, ugh. Here we go. Oh, cool. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste my time. Gosh. Oh, come on. Sense of parkour is a little strange, but it's fine. That's not my main complaint with this game. The hit scan gun is fun. It sounds good. I don't mind the animation, right? It is Tommy's music? Okay. And you're right. It's clearly using some samples that are, I guess you could say, not good. Oh gosh. Like, why am I worrying about that dog? We're not even over there. Again, see what I'm saying about, like, this weird layering of level design? How it's like, it's extremely nebulous, again, in a way. But you can see the design of, like, clearly, again, they had a large map, right? And drew within it to crisscross all over the place. I know there's, like, secrets to, like, you know, traverse parts of it, probably get, like, more power-ups and stuff like that. This feels a little less nebulous than, like, say, Aladdin, but it doesn't make a lot of good sense. Like, why should I be able to come up through there? I don't know, right? Okay, sure, it's the boss. Oh my God. I think there's a way to do this that makes sense. Cool. Cool. Why? Come on. Fox says the secret to Tommy's career is he worked out how to put music from a Genesis on the SNES. Yeah, that explains why this sounds bad, right? Like, I bet this does sound better on the Genesis. Why? Come on. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to whip it? I'm guessing I'm supposed to whip it, right? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not then. Or not. I don't remember having this much trouble with this. Of course, you can't jump and shoot. What am I supposed to do? Does anyone remember how you're supposed to beat this boss? I don't, other than shoot it. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing different here? He just uppercuts the crap out of me. Oh my gosh. I can't duck. It should be noted, Earthworm Jim cannot duck these attacks. Oh god. What? What? What am I missing? I'm certainly missing something. I don't remember having this much trouble. But I don't remember what you're supposed to do either. Gosh. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Or they just stand here and eat the hits? Also, I'm out of gun now. Oh gosh. Completely out of gun. Oh, that's not good. What? My Urzer says, I think my answer to how to beat this boss is to turn the game off and walk away. Friend, you are wise. You are wise. Isn't Earthworm Jim Dan Castellaneta? Oh, the Simpsons guy? I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't remember how to say his last name either. Oh, right. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that, boss. Let's look at this really quick. Let's turn that down just a touch. Ugh. This sounds so much better on the Genesis already, though. That is for certain. Also, this looks like a terrible way to fight this boss. That's all you're supposed to do? There's no way. Maybe it was a skill issue with my jumps? I guess, right? Also, why does his jump look so much better than what I was doing? Yeah, you know what? You're right, Fonk. Maybe it's just a dog shit game. Gosh. Earthworm Jim. Where does it go on the list? 1994. Ugh. Ugh. I like how it is called a run and gun platform game. I mean, you can't run and gun at the same time. I was certainly trying. Can't even jump and gun. You know? Just annoying. What's up with that? It is Dan doing the voice? Okay. I don't care. Glad he got paid, I guess. Ugh. Ugh. I don't mind games that let me stand still to shoot if it has other mechanics to back it up, right? This game has some, but not great ones. Like the whip is annoying to use because it like you have to get it on like where the actual whip crack happens. I get that's how that's supposed to work, but it's not it's not fun. Let's go downwards. I feel like I want to go downwards with Earthworm Jim. Is this before or after Gunstar Heroes? That's a good question. Gunstar Heroes. 1993. So after, technically speaking. Again, games that have solved it already beforehand, right? My Hero Zero. There are many of these. There are many of these. A much better game. I would go as far to say, you know, Gunstar Heroes, one of the better Genesis games, if I was to rank that. I think Earthworm Jim is worse than Super Back to the Future. It's definitely worse than Final Fight. Ooh, Final Fight. No apologies this time. Is Pack in Time better or worse than Earthworm Jim? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. That's what I was looking for. I think Pack in Time is a better video game than this. I at least got past one level in Pack in Time. I feel like maybe I underrated Pack in Time a little bit, but like, there's a lot of games I'd rather play than it. But that game was not the worst thing I ever played, right? Also, it's just like the stink coming off of like Pac-Man 2 still emanates, and almost like trying not to use that bias for Pack in Time on Saturday was really difficult. Thank you to Liv again for suggesting that. She really put a number on me with that game. Is Earthworm Jim better than Cat's Run? No, not. Mutant Fighter is a better game, right? Pack of Time is a better game. This boxing game is a better game. Yeah, Cat's Run is. I don't know. My heroes are. It's pretty pixely, right? It was a pretty pixely mess. Again, I like the little avatar with the like driving left and right kind of thing. That's fun. No, that game is better. I should revisit Cat's Run. I think I need to play more of that at some point. I remember playing that to get the taste out of my mouth for like something else. I don't remember what it was. Gosh, is Earthworm Jim better or worse than this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie game? That really bad beat 'em up. That game had I remember that game had like fun transformations and stuff, at least, you know? It wasn't good. It was bad. What isn't Earthworm Jim worse than on this list? Is it worse than Super Godzilla? Ooh, Is Earthworm Jim worse than Super Godzilla? I almost said no, it's not, but then I'm just like, maybe. What's my limit here? Earthworm Jim is not worse than Captain Novolin, okay? Is it worse than this River City Ransom 2 sequel? Also, my music is really low. I should boost that up a little bit. I think Earthworm Jim is... Thanks, Funk. I'm thinking really hard about this. I think Earthworm Jim is worse than this Venom Spider-Man game. It's... This block is rough, y'all. You're absolutely right, My Hero Zero. You're absolutely right. Literally worms. This game is full of worms and not the good kind, right? Everything surrounding it. But that's outside the game. Am I trying to be like objective about it? It's like, sure, I guess, but when I think Earthworm Jim, I think of bad feelings. That's even aside from the fact that I think of the bad feelings of association coming from Aladdin. It's not a good Sega Genesis game, I will maintain. I don't care how many swords you give Abu. Yeah. 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 Congratulations, Earthworm Jim. You're worse than Super Godzilla. God, it's like, yeah, when I think of overhyped video games and people like not being able to be like objective about it, this game rings extremely, extremely in that rank. I would rather play Super Godzilla than more Earthworm Jim. That's what it came down to for me. And I say that a lot for a lot of games when I rank them. It's like, what game would I rather play right now? I would rather play Super Godzilla than Earthworm Jim. I don't think it's as bad as some of these other games, but like, gosh, it's close. It's so close. Here's an ad break. Hold on. Oh gosh. Well, I know lots of y'all are subscribed here, so it should be fine. But yeah, gosh, I can't think of a worse game I'd want to play. You know, well, there's at least a few. But yeah, there you go. A little bit of justice for Super Godzilla today. Oof. Like, I feel like even like there's something extremely cynical feeling about Earthworm Jim, you know, where it's like, it's not even a style over substance consideration. But yeah, you're right, My Heroes are like, it has not aged well at all. I took out a lot of this frustration I had on Aladdin on Saturday, right? For the Aladdin for the Sega Genesis, very specific, because Disney's Aladdin for Super Nintendo is extremely good. But it's like, even before I started doing all these rankings, right? Before I even started playing Aladdin for the Super Nintendo, I didn't realize how much lineage there was between Aladdin and Earthworm Jim. And like, I knew Earthworm Jim was not a great video game. I didn't know how badly it has aged until recently, for sure. But it wasn't until I played a little bit more of Aladdin for the Sega Genesis to be like, oh my gosh, this is just Earthworm Jim in so many ways, for why it feels so weird, right? That Shiny Entertainment / Virgin Games USA feel to it is exactly the same. And it's not great. It's not incredible. The level design was a late kind of like realization for me for like how the level design works and how it not I don't want to say nonsensical, but like awkward it gets. That's even aside from the fact that, yeah, Like, there's a lot of rose-tinted glasses we're putting on and taking off with this stuff, right? Anyways, I've talked enough about that. Let's move on. Get fucked, people that are into, you know, what that one designer of Earthworm Jim is throwing down. Fuck those people. Aside from that, congratulations, Earthworm Jim number 78. No bueno. I'm sorry. Next game. Yeah, let's do this one. Oh, I think I copied that over. Yeah. Where did I put that? It's like I literally grabbed this one game and I'm like, where did I put it? Oh, that would explain it. Hold on. Let's move that. Put that over here. There we go. Now, oh right, I need to grab this. Okay, let's go back to the games. Next game. Hey Funk, you kept talking about all those games from the EU, right? Y'all into the Olympics? I'm into the Olympics. This is probably very loud. Hold on. US gold. Also notably, no US affiliation really on these. Yeah, US Gold Limited, a British video game publisher based in Whitton, Birmingham, England. Yeah, Tiertex, the Plectrum type, I guess. Sure. No, I don't know. It's like Tiertex Design Studios and Silicon Dreams. Again, 2 more English design studios, I believe. Yeah, they're all English. Making Olympic Summer Games 1996 for the Super Nintendo. I think I had this game growing up. I don't think it was very good, or I would have remembered it maybe. But hey, the Olympics are happening right now. I figured, let's play an Olympics game, right? This music is going for it. Let's look at some options. Sure, let's just stick with that. You get to play as Paul or Chris, or even David. What are you talking about, Funk? Oh gosh, it is very loud in my headphones. Let me know if the volume's too much. It should be okay, I think, but we'll see. I guess let's just get right into it, right? This is the thing with like all these Olympics games, right? It's like they can be confusing to play because every event will have its own different mechanics, right? So let's just try getting in there. Oh yeah, you're right. Look at this. Paul, Chris, David, or Kevin. That's it. I'm going to pick David because I guess Canada, right? Next page. There's another page. Oh, Gary, Colin, Ian, or John. No ladies, unfortunately. Quite unfortunate. Oh, I could change. Okay. Dave from Jamaica or Kenya. I guess, hey, look, let's... Oh gosh, I screwed this up. Can't go back, can I? Let's be Paul from Canada. The Ryu of this game. Yeah, Kevin. And Colin from Japan. Is that not there? Yeah, you're right. Ah, Colin-chan. Very cool. Very cool. Let's pick Paul, I guess. I don't know if I picked them. We'll say I did. Oh yeah, this music. It's going for it. Paul Can. Let's go. 100-meter dash. Look at these polygons, but not really polygons. Oh gosh, I don't know if I'm just button mashing. I'm button mashing. I didn't tell me what to do. Dead last. Ugh. Well, we didn't place. Hurdles. Great. More running events where I don't really know how to run faster. I'm assuming is jam these buttons. Oh, that's a false start. I should not hit those buttons yet. How do I jump? How do I jump? How do I... I'm hitting every button possible. Just smashing the crap out of these hurdles. Well, let's go to the next event, shall we? Pole vault. I'm sure this will go much better. I don't have anything on... I can't even choose start attempt or select pass. I'm just gonna hit start. Okay, I guess we're doing it. Okay, I'm jamming on B, hopefully. That... Let's try again. This is the problem with a lot of Olympics games of this era, right? No freaking clue what you're supposed to press. Sure, should I have a manual with me? Probably, right? Am I gonna get one? No. I refuse. I'm getting zero feedback as well when I'm hitting any of these buttons. Like, it doesn't seem like I'm running any faster. I'm hitting literally anything at the moment of, you know, I should be planting the pole vault. All I know is I'm hitting B and he gets going, right? Okay, I could pause. That's some feedback. Out of contest. Okay. Cool. Canada, not doing so great, these Olympics. I think, if I recall, I heard that they were like recently like disqualified because they're cheating in like the actual Olympics. Something about like they're using drones to spy on other teams. I don't know. Fog, what's headphone jack? Black Pearl made headphone jack? What? The coach used the drone? Yeah, something like that, right? Triple jump. Okay. You know what, for what's worth, I don't mind like this like super low poly, maybe maybe that's like an actual 3D polygon thing, or maybe it's just a sprite. I have no idea. How do I jump? Nope, it's not up, that's for sure. I like how you had to like fall down too. Mohawk and headphone jack? Oh my god, I know that game. Now that you're talking about it. We'll get there. We'll get there. God, let's hope one of these buttons is a jump button. Nope, it's not B. Maybe it's A? Let's try A. Nope. We're just cruising through these. Cool, more jumping events. There's a lot of events. I'll say that. Like, most of these games only have like a few, right? Just face first. What the hell? I'm gonna try just hitting like triggers. Nope. That's not it either. You'd think it would do something different by now, right? Like, literally by hitting any of these buttons, you'd think I'd be doing anything else by now. Like, no feedback whatsoever. Let's try a press and hold. That's the one thing I haven't tried yet. Okay, great. More jumping. Let's go. Oh, there's a different camera angle. Look at that guy stretching in the back. All right. No, right into the bars. Shit. Nope. It's like, usually, you know, in other Olympics games, you press a button and it'll like give you like a meter. It'll give you like, you know, hey, like some kind of like 3-point check system for like a golf mini game, right? Or like some kind of like meter will show up saying like, hey, hit this angle, right? This is doing none of that. Just out of guidance. Oh gosh. More events, javelin. Okay. Let's see if we can even throw it. Even if it goes like, oh my god, I threw it, but I went over the line because I don't know how to stop myself. Oh wait, it did something. I hit Y. No, I hit X. Oh my gosh. We did something. Okay. Nope, we... Remember when I said we were going to play some good video games today? Oh, we threw the discus. Oh no, we were disqualified. I don't know why. Because it literally is giving me zero feedback as to any, like... Congratulations, Olympic Summer Games. You're the new number 83. I think I'm maybe today is the real Justice for Super Godzilla episode that I didn't do on Saturday, apparently. Good Lord. Good Lord. Could this game be better if I knew how to play? Maybe. Maybe. I'm giving it like 10% maybe the benefit of doubt on that. Not the same way as I did with like King Arthur's World. But oh dear. Oh dear. 1996 as well. Like, this that's right middle of like SNES Prime, right? Of development, even a little bit, you know, on the later end in a way, right? But it just said no way. You know, there were no like shortage of bad track and field kind of style games, like even like literally track and field for like the NES made by Konami, right? That game's incredible. It's mostly a button masher, but that's fine, right? That's what you sign up for, right? Ooh. Let's hope this next one's better, shall we? Because yikes. Yikes. There are better US gold games out there. I've played them. I want to say like their soccer game is actually quite, they made a soccer game that's really good, I think. Fuck, what would show me the goal? What is jail? Or you say like the way like they say jail in like Elden Ring, like GAOL or anyways. That sucked. Let's try this one instead. Old fronts. Show me the goal. Show me the jail. Yeah. Let's play this game instead. Let's try a good Olympics game, possibly. Shall we? But we have to get through this intro first. Oh, look at this. Look at these people going nuts. These mess of polygons. Yeah. Can you tell where this game was made? I think that said skiing and jumping and stuff, but I don't know. This game, also 1996, called Winter Gold, developed by Funcom, a Norwegian video game developer. Norway, getting in there. I think Funcom is still around. Oh, it's now owned by Tencent. Okay. But look at this intro, right? This is incredible. Yeah. Fox says a lot of the Scandi devs were Amiga hackers. Okay. Yeah, so this, if you told me this intro music, right? Also, look at this lady doing this little like to this music. It's like, yeah, I'm into it. Yeah, Fonk, I was just about to say that. If you told me this music ended up like as a derivative out of a crack-tro, you know, for an Amiga game or like an old PC MS-DOS thing or whatever, right? Like, I'd believe it. Oh, I love a good crack-tro. Of course, have to have like shoutouts in that and stuff like that, right? Anyways, this is Winter Gold, 1996. Gosh, this is still going. Like, this is... I thought it would have looped by now, but no, it's... Now it's like naming off all these countries. Boom. 1996, Winter Gold. There we go. All right, Funcom, let's see what you got. Oh, yeah, and look at this, just in the background, this dancing, just... It's like, I don't want to go to the Olympics anymore. I just want to go to the club, you know? Also, these menu options is constantly jittering is hilarious. view player, add player. All right, let's make a person. I don't know if I can get capital letters on this or not, but maybe if I hit, nope, that's just, well. How do I change my country? Nope, that's... I always like it when rub is the, like, erase or delete. Just, you know, rub one out. Sure, let's do it. No, that's... I'm hitting, like, every other button here. It's not... Maybe it does it after we pick end. Or not. Whatever. Let's move on. Also, these buttons are very confusing. No, there's like hitting B and A both confirm, and it seems like Y and X back you out. Let's compete. See if we fare any better than the summer games. All right, well, let's save that, I guess. So, oh, that must have been from last time I tested this out. I have no idea how I did that. Oh, yeah, okay, that's... I'm pressing start. Please choose my opponent. Let's go up against Franz, I guess. Sure. 6 events. Okay. It's a Conan Exiles dev. That's wild. Let's do some downhill, I guess, right? Oh, I could just choose all these events. Yeah, I want to do them all, right? Salt Lake City, Lillehammer, Albertville, and I don't know where Albertville is, but let's go to Lillehammer. I want to say that was 94 though. I don't remember. I'm really bad at remembering dates, but maybe it was 96. I think it was 96. No, it's like Winter Games 96, right? I think. So is Franz going before us? No, they just did their time. Okay. I don't know what this meter means. But look at these backgrounds. Oh! Okay, there we go. I think it's like hold up to go a little bit faster, right? But look at this! Okay, so bumpers let you turn a little bit more. Also, let me know how garbled this looks on stream, if the compression is really killing it or not. Oh no! I like these wipeout graphics. It's fun. Summer 96 was in Atlanta. Yeah, based on that last game we played, right? This one didn't put a year on it. It looks fine. Okay, that's good. I appreciate there's like a big old speedometer up there. So like, I'm mostly just holding up, but I do have to turn for sure, right? Like, because yeah, like this background is obviously like pre-rendered, but it moves. I wish I could see the flags a little bit earlier, but hey, draw distance, right? Oh gosh. But yeah, this is nuts based on everything it's doing. This is wild, right? They published that Metal FPS rhythm game? You mean, what's it called? I bought it and I love that game. Metal Hellsinger, right? Is that it? That's cool. Yeah, it was Hellsinger. Okay. Ooh, turn. Oh boy. This does seem to be looping, which is funny. Like the idea of a downhill ski track looping is very, very silly. Wait, I guess there's like... I guess there's... Don't they do like a ski event where it's like a track? I could be wrong on that. It's a new personal record. Okay. This looks great. you know, it's a little choppy, right? But this is technically impressive, in my opinion. Like, is even these like very like low budget, not low budget, because this is probably very expensive to do back then, right? But like these animations in the back and stuff with very, very low poly stuff. That's cool. Oh, let's get rid of that bot. Just annoying. Get out of here. All right. Let's try the next event. I got a silver. That's fine. I'll take it. What are we doing now? I don't know what's happening in the background. Oh, that's a snowboard. Okay. I guess this would have been also when like snowboarding was like first becoming a thing, right? I saw that name in the credits, Funk. I don't know who that is. But if they're of note, I'd be curious to know. Look at these polygons. Okay, spin. I don't know how to do more moves than a spin, I think. Okay. That was an alley-oop, I guess. Oh gosh, I'm sure there's button combinations for this that are better. Let's try some more of the face buttons, shall we? Nope, that's... Again, at least I know, like, when I do a move, it's like telling me it did a move, you know, but I don't know how to do more than this. Maybe not incredible. My guy seemed happy about it, though. Poser combos. None performed. Cool. At least I know I'm not a poser, then. You did music for 50% of all crack shows and did music for your friend's podcast. That's neat. It's a new personal record, though. All right. I don't know what a good score would have been. Oh, clearly much higher than what I got. It's fine. Let's move on from the snowboarding, shall we? Well, ski jump, I assume? Okay. Let's give it a shot. This music. Also, that emulation seems to be a... Oh, we ate shit on that jump. I'm assuming we get another try. I just hit a few buttons and it started comboing. I think the emulation might be a little bit messy on this. Okay, we landed one. Great. It's better than nothing. Is that good? It's like close to 10. I hope so, right? That's a lot of flips we did. And we landed, at least. Okay, maybe it's not great. All right. I'm sure there's some finesse to that, right? I like this. This is not bad. I'm sure if I learn how to play, it'd be better. This is far more interesting than that Olympic Summer Games game we just played, right? I don't know what this meter means, but all right, now we're in our bobsled. This looks cool. I'm just holding up. I'm like left and right a little bit, you know? I don't know if like riding higher makes you go faster, but it seems like it's making me go fast. Oh gosh, I'm definitely running into the sides every time. music's going for it. Okay, that's good, right? They're just hanging up here. Oh gosh. Oh, okay, it just respawns you. That's fine. I'm into that. It's like feels like a little slippery for sure, right? Which I guess is intended, I assume. I'm surely supposed to be hitting brakes maybe a bit coming out of a turn, or I don't know. I don't even know if I can brake. I mean, if I hold down, it seems to slow down at least a little bit. Jesus. Maybe not a great time. I just like seeing them do the 3D graphics thing, right? It looks interesting. Is it fun? Maybe not quite. The skiing thing was okay. These other events I could really care less for. Looks like more ski jump, right? Oh, this is probably actual like distance ski jump as opposed to like stunts and stuff, right? Oh gosh, this meter, I have no idea how to... Oh. That didn't seem like a good jump. That seemed like a very weak jump, if I'm being quite honest. Yeah, not great. Yikes. Am I supposed to stop this in the middle? Ew. It's a personal new record. Me falling on my face. Okay, video game. You know, again, these Olympics games, they live or die by telling you how to play them, right? There's a reason why that's a mechanic for all of them now. Where it's like, it has to tell you how to do the minigame before you get into the minigame. And like, I want to say like these Olympics games didn't actually get better about that until like the PlayStation era. Okay, now we're just doing this again. This is more or less the same thing. Seems a little faster. Oh gosh. Can't stop hitting these walls. Doesn't seem to slow you down that much. I mean, I'm sure it slows it down enough. Otherwise, I'd be putting up better times, right? Like 7 seconds behind? Okay. It's more beneficial not to ride the rail as high as possible, right? Seemed okay. Fonka, you're just looking up more of the history of this dev. That's it. Look. That skiing game gave me a pretty good first impression, right? I was into that. The rest of it, not so much. I was expecting better. So when I originally tested this out and I played that skiing game, I'm like, oh, this rules. This is gonna like rank really high. This will be really fun, right? This looks incredible. I was a bit wrong on that. bit presumptuous. I said we were going to play some good games today, and so far, I don't think we've really hit the mark. I apologize. Winter Gold, 1996. It's better than Olympic Summer Games. I'll even go as far as say, I think it's better than Super Godzilla. Yeah. It's better than Weapon Lord. Is it though? There's like technical impressiveness here, but it's not in the gameplay for sure, right? But I would probably never load this up ever again. Fonk says, this dev is nuts. Like they went, a lot of the staff left and went to film VFX. That tracks. It's like probably the only good thing about this game at this time. That's neat. Got snatched by Pixar? Okay. There's just not a lot of video game here to really rate, right? And this is the problem. Is this better than Super? I don't know if it is. No, Super Godzilla is really bad. Don't be silly. It's not even as good as Tom and Jerry. Like, Tom and Jerry is at least a video game, for God's sakes. Calling this anything beyond a technical showcase is, you know, a stretch. Like, even that Summer Games had like way more events in it that made it more exciting. Even if I didn't know what the hell I was doing any of it and it all looked terrible. But this game looked good, but then they forgot the part where you had to play the video game, it seems, you know? Yeah. Winter Gold, 76. Neat looking, but that's about it. I said let's play some good video games today, right? We're going to play a good video game. I promise. And if this isn't it, I'll be very sad. But I'm pretty sure, okay? Please believe me on this one. Next game. Oops, let's reset that because I want it. I have a translation patch for this game by this fine team that I got off of romhacking.net. Hey, Liv, how's it going? No, it's not Super Godzilla. Why? This game. Oh. Aim for the Ace. What year did this come out? 1993. I'm doing just fine. We played a lot of bad video games, so I could be better. But I think this is going to be a good video game. I think. This game, Aim for the Ace, or also known in Japan as Ace o Nerae, is based on a Japanese manga. I'm just going to read this Wikipedia description. Ace o Nerae is a manga series written and illustrated by Sumika Yamamoto and tells the story of Hiromi Oka, a high school student who wants to become a professional tennis player. As she struggles against mental weakness, that's a strange way to put that, anxiety, and thwarted love. It was originally serialized by
3015.
Shueisha's shoujo magazine, Margaret. I'm just saying words at this point. And yeah, it went from January 1973 to February 1980. Holy shit. That explains this really old manga graphic in the back, that's for sure. Like, that's that era of manga, right? And this was adapted into an anime television series in 1973. Which is wild. And it had a bunch of like OVAs between 1988 and 1990. So like, I guess there's something here. Oh, and a live action Japanese television drama in 2004. What a run, indeed, Liv. What a run. Is this like Battle Golfer? Not quite. I don't think so.
15.
Your reserve says, is John McEnroe the villain here too? I don't think so. I think this is only ladies, I think. But apparently, this is one of the best-selling shoujo mangas of all time, having sold approximately 15 million copies in Japan. That's great. I'm into that. That sounds fun, right? And then they made this game in, what year again was it? 1993. Let's check it out. Again, I have a translation patch on top. I believe it's RPG1 was who did it. Big shout outs to them, obviously, in the entire translation community doing incredible work. If you get a little bit seasick from the camera, please let me know. We'll do something else. I've heard some people maybe get a little nauseous from the gameplay, so absolutely, let me know and look away. Obviously, don't feel ashamed about it. It's like get a little swimmy, right? All right, let's check this out. Here's what I also know about the game from the little time I checked it out just to make sure it worked and everything like that, and obviously make sure the translation patch was okay. I don't remember what button does what, so let's do the training. Serve and stroke, yeah. This is our trainer. It's got like this RPG. I don't want to say it's got RPG. It looks like it would have RPG elements, but toss with A or X. The ball is rising. Press A to do it faster, or X to do it slower. Okay. It's got like a lot of dialogue in it, surprisingly. I mean, it's come from the manga, so like, go figure, right? Okay. Yep, that's the serve, all right. Perfect shot. Thank you. That's a slow one. That's a slower shot. It's perfect. Great. Okay. Is that enough training for a day? Yeah, I'd say so. Great. That's it. Let's get into this really quick. Just make sure we know all the rest of the buttons. How to receive. Press A. Yep. Flat. B to slice. X for topspin. Probably want to do the topspin hit most of the time, right? Controlling the direction. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try this out. So the camera is probably the most unique part about this. Like, if you remember when we played David Crane's Amazing Tennis, that camera was always kind of this behind the back, but it was like super locked in all the time. Oh, that's the law button. I hit the wrong button on that. But yeah, you can see it's like the camera kind of like stays centered on the player, which is interesting. Oh, we missed that. And like, it seems to always be locked on the ball, which is a little weird, right? Rather than being locked on the player. Like the camera just swings. Nope, that's lob. I don't want that. That ball was behind me when I hit that, but that's fine. I'll take it. Perfect shot. You know, I can put some directionality on it, which is good. Key fact, compared to David Crane's Amazing Tennis, which again, not so amazing, right? I can hit this ball on the run. At least, you know, it doesn't like lock me in place when I chase it, right? Like in some cases where it's like it knows I can, it seems. Like if I can for sure hit the ball, then it'll lock it. But if it's like slightly out of my reach, it seems like my character, like she will reach for it, which is good. I think that's enough training. Let's move on. Like that's what you want, right? I don't know if they dive necessarily, but we'll see. All right. Exhibition. Oh, I'll do the scenario, right? Is that? I'm assuming this is story. New game. Let's go. Nishi versus Minami. Wow, look at these oh, this blinking. Oh dear. Apologies. Apologies. I think I could boost the audio by a little bit. It seems a little quiet. Let me know at home if it's a little too loud. I think that should be good. Well done. That was a great match. I believe we're this lady here on the left. And we're playing against this gentleman. We're Minami, right? That's us, I think. I think so. No, we are Hiromi, right? Okay. Hiromi Oka, sure. She is like bug-eyed after this game, though. Oh wait, I must pass a towel to Madam Butterfly. Who's that? I think she's like a semi-pro tennis player or something. Or maybe she's another student that has that nickname. I don't know. Yeah, that's right, Liv. You fought her in Sekiro. I think that's Lady Butterfly. I don't think that's the Lady Butterfly that you fought against in Sekiro and stabbed in the back after you execute her. I don't think Oka's gonna, like, you know, do a dodge slash and then like do a backflip over to right in the back. I don't think that's how it goes. And obviously all the ninja stars in the air, right? This is an incredible frame, by the way. Oh, gracious playing style. Look, being a court witch ages you. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Really aged Lady Butterfly. That's what's... That was a little dancing butterfly. Okay. I don't think it's supposed to say gracious. Maybe it was supposed to say graceful. Maybe the translation could have used a little change on that. Incredible hair, though. Big Oju-sama kind of energy, but not, you know, not doing the laugh quite yet. I mean, look, I don't blame you. Like, come on, right? Anyway, good luck. Whoa! All right, coach, relax. I like that it actually changes like the character portrait a little bit, you know? Like she went from like being like, oh, whatever, now she's like this determined look. It's cool. But also it's like she's very clearly saying she's not that determined. She's very nervous. Yeah, sure. Then it won't matter if I lose. Just go out there and try your best. Look at this lady. My God. Clearly bad guy energy off this student. The Princess Leia curls. Alright, let's play some tennis. Oka versus Otawa. 1-set match. Alright. I'm not gonna go easy on her, that's for sure. I like that she looks like a character back there. She's got the little, you know, the same hairstyle. She got apple fritter buns. She just smells of cinnamon all day. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, fuck you, lady. I like how there's dialogue in the middle as well. It's like, damn, I never played against someone like this. Like, that's cool, right? Like, it actually is trying to, like, build up the lore, right? Okay. This is tennis. Oh, I mistimed that.
15 ball.
Get a little more left stuff. Yeah, it doesn't stand a chance on that side.
30, 15.
How did I miss that? Come on. What's going on?
30 ball.
All right, all right. Oh, God. It's like, I think it's like once I get closer,
30,
the timing on it just gets a little more tricky because the sense of depth perception is a little bit strange, to say the least.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. I should use a safer one.
Advantage, receiver.
Yeah, eat shit, lady. Didn't stand a chance. No problem. Aggressive that was, though.
Advantage, server.
Nice. We got the point. Alright, change court. So that's the other thing, too, with this, right? It's like, it stays behind the player, so I don't have to play on that opposite end. Which is super helpful, right? Don't make me play that guessing game where it's like I'm way off in the distance and then have zero idea of any depth perception at all, right? Go. Oh, she ain't happy about that one. It's like Otomo, I think that was her name. Otomi? Something like that.
Love 15.
You know, it's like, I don't mind these sprites. They're a little sparse in animation, but it's mostly fine. Like they're... Oh, that was in. Hell yeah, right on the line.
Love 30.
I get they're, you know, trying to stay somewhat faithful to the anime, or the manga, I should say, right? So, like, it does need to be cartoony, which is
Love
good,
40.
but... I get also it's like probably a challenge to make a lot of these sprites scale appropriately, right? Because it's doing this Mode 7 effect. So, like, the sprites are constantly changing size, for sure. Except for your player, which it's mostly locked in on, right? Yeah, aced it.
15 love.
Obviously, this is the first match, so it's probably a little bit easier.
30 love.
But, like, this is a good feeling tennis game, you know?
40 love.
I think the big thing is that, like, hitting the ball on the run is the easy win to make this feel better than a lot of tennis games before it. You know, until, like, Sega came around and made Virtua Tennis and stuff and really, really made that a lot easier. Oh, gosh, yeah. I think also maybe if I'm, like, standing too, like, in line with the ball, maybe it's not always great. I think I hit that a little early.
30 love.
It's like, I don't know if maybe I have to be... No, that was right at me. It's just timing. Which, again, with the camera being, like, so locked in on the ball, it can feel a little bit challenging.
Thirty 15.
She got the boots with the fur. Got the fritter buns. I don't know the rest of that song, but I I do know what you're referencing. The only thing I wish I had more control over, like I'm putting like this top spin shot, whatever. I'm just kind of using that all the time. It's like I kind of wish I could like have more like left and right spin per se.
30, 40.
I don't really have a good reason to use these slicing shots, I think. It has some curve on it, but not that much. It does seem to be mostly about using, oh gosh,
Yes.
just, you know, trying to get it down court with the fastest ball, which is hitting it with the top spin shot. So, yeah, eat that spike.
Advantage. Receiver.
Break point. Okay. Oh, come on. That was in. There's no button for me to go yell at the ref, unfortunately. Didn't stand a chance.
Advantage. Receiver.
I also appreciate it's like fairly generous. Like I can swing this, you know, fairly quickly. I don't have to like, you know, if I goof up or something, I could probably take a second shot at it. I didn't even take a swing at that.
15. Log.
There we go.
30. Log.
This is solid. I like the way this plays. I find good tennis games are far and few between this generation, so. I'm not just saying that because I'm winning, but I did also, Wifting Wav. Yeah, thanks, Fog. I did also take a look at the 2-player mode of this because I was curious how it would handle, like, the camera. And actually, like, the camera angle actually changes from this behind the back mode in 2-player mode to more of a standard, like, top-down style camera. So, like, both players can be, you know, have equidistant kind of, like, judgment in terms of, like, the ball and stuff like that. So it is fairly...
30. Log.
It's fairly neat that it does that. It, like, changes the camera angle to be top-down. Or not completely top-down, but, like, you know, maybe, like, more of a... just a higher angle, right, for both players. So that the side doesn't matter as much. Oh, gosh.
40.
David
Log.
Crane wishes. Yeah. It's... Just keep sending it back and then boom. Man.
40. 15.
You know, I get that the crowd is whatever in this so far, but it's like, you know, we're playing at a high school right now, right? I have seen screenshots, like when you do progress the story some and play more matches, right? Like it does, you do end up in actual stadiums
40,
and
30.
with actual crowds in the back, not just this chain link fence in the background, right? Yeah. Eat it, lady.
Yes.
Gosh. I think this, I don't know how many more points we have to win, but... Oh, she scores one more point, then I'll lose. No way. Oh, it's happening,
Advantage.
lady.
Receiver.
Oh, you're not going to win with that. So I like how the CPU struggles too, where it's like if the ball is in that place, they'll do a spike, which obviously is much narrower. Oh yeah. 10 aces? Toa, you gotta work on your skills. Yeah, look at that! Oh, password system, sure. All right. I like the characterizations here. I know nothing about the anime, but I like what they've got. Me? That's no good. What? Come on. You gotta overcome this. Oka, you can do it. I'll lose. Oh, this girl's like, Coach, what? No, you can't. Who's this girl? I beat her 6th love. I don't think so, lady. Even you, Lady Butterfly, what the hell? She got them Dillinger eyes. I don't know what that means, my Hero Zero. Do you think aim for the ass is a pun in the JP title? Funk. No. It's ace. Not ass. These are high school students. Keep it clean. Come on. It's very funny. I don't know. This is a sub game. I mean, yeah. I don't know what it is in Japanese, okay? It says ace. It says aim for the ace. And then ase o narae, I think. I'm the coach, so it's my decision. It says ace right there, Fonk. What are you talking about? Oh god. Look, video game. These are deep questions you're asking me right now. No way. Oh. I thought, oh, come on. Oh, great, evil white people. She does have Ojusama energy now. You're only a first-year student. It'd be too much for you to handle. You should tell the coach. Oh, gosh. Cruel kids. Oh, but this guy's like, oh, but she won. Should give her a chance. Hey, what's up, Mark Rojas? Thank you for the sub. Much, much appreciated. Much love to you and all the Abby Russell Discord sweeties, of course. Great to have you. Thank you very much for that sub. Love seeing those Yakuza boys come out. You had me at evil white people. I know my audience. Oh, gosh. Yeah, fix her or die. Live. Wouldn't you want to aim away from the ace? I guess. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, ace is when you actually, yeah. So, yeah, my Hero Zero has it right. Liv. She's got the wrestling brain, right? When you think of aces, it's like, oh, the ace of New Japan, right? Or the ace of stardom. Different meanings. Same word, though. I'm worried I'll lose. Oh, silly Oka. You were too. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Tanahashi playing tennis? That luxurious hair just glistening. There has to be like an anime version of Tanahashi out there somewhere, right? I have to imagine that's real. Alright. Everyone will see your fighting spirit. This is just a shonen anime, or sorry, a shoujo anime, for sure. It's always about fighting spirit. Okay. Wow, even Lady Butterfly came around on it. Alright. Madam Butterfly, I'll give you my racket, Oka. Do your best. Do I need her racket? Come on. Nishihai versus Aoba. Oh, versus Midoriyama. Let's take a look at this really quick, but I probably won't finish. Oh, look, now we're actually changed courts. Okay. Oh, well. That's still just a high school fence in the background, though. I just want to see this lady make her like, oh god, I can't lose kind of dialogue, and then we'll move on. Didn't stand a chance.
15 low.
Okay, so she's actually returning those. Not like the last girl. Oh, they come in on me? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
30
Get out of
low.
here with that. Oh, well, I goofed that timing.
30 15.
That's an ace if I've ever seen it.
40 15.
Yeah, just got to get that like that timing right? So it's like you get a little bit late, it'll like sail over the net a little bit lower, right? I don't know if I'll get any dialogue out of this though, which is what I really want. Me playing a tennis game so I can understand the story a little bit more, right? Oh, I was way too far away from that.
15 low.
Goof that timing.
30 low.
Okay. Oh, you think so? Because I don't think so. Oh, that's out. Oh. What controller am I using? Or do I like using? I am currently using, Mark, a Xbox Series... no, not Series. Calm down and play. Thanks, coach. I'm currently using a Xbox One controller. And I like it, right? Like, I think the key thing with these controllers, I've mentioned in other Discords and stuff in the past, but it's got like the... Hold on. I know how to work my OBS. It's got like a very traditional style D-pad, right? With the actual like four-way. It's not a disc, which I tend to prefer for the most part, just because I find it a little bit more accurate. It just feels like it's got more tactileness to me than a fancy disc that I know the Xbox Series S and X controllers have. And this is basically like a good version of a 360 pad, right? Because a 360 D-pad is crap, to say the least, right? But I've heard good, like anyone that I know that has those Series X and Series S pads, they say like it's good. Like it's a good, yeah, Fonk saying like it's a good disc. So that floating disc style, I've never been a huge fan of. Like I've never liked Sega controllers for exactly this reason, right? But I've heard fine things about it. Can't be afraid to lose. Your skill will intimidate, not your strength. Look at all this encouragement. I love it. There's something about this that does feel very shoujo, right? Like, these ladies just want you to play good. And to do your best. Alright, let's move up. Let's get aggressive. Oh, that's too aggressive. Well.
Love 15.
Oh gosh. Yeah, like, I know a lot of people also obviously like using the DualSense and stuff like that. Mark, I don't know what kind of controller you prefer, but I want to say I can't remember if it was you or someone else was mentioning how they prefer PlayStation controllers. Or maybe that was from a different Discord. I can't remember.
30.
Also, I'm not doing well here. I'm losing. But it's like PlayStation controllers tend to hurt my hands quite a bit. Oh, 8-bit Do controller. Okay. SN30 Pro. Is that like a retro controller of sorts, or is it meant to be like an Xbox style controller of sorts? I hit that way too early.
Love 40.
And yeah, the PlayStation stick layout, like stick and pad layout, really bother me. I don't like having it. That was annoying. I don't like having the stick layout be, you know, like analog being the one that's on the inside. I like having the analog stick on the outside, which is why I prefer, you know, Xbox stuff. Yeah, good spike.
15, 40.
Anyways, that's Nerae. I think that. Hey, what's up, Del Focus? Yeah, a lot of Mode 7 in this one. Let's rank this game. I think this game's pretty good. It's still tennis. Does that imply some limits? Yeah, a little bit. I like tennis, don't get me wrong, but like a lot of sports games, right? Playing a full game, a little bit challenging. We just barely even got like 2 points there, I think, or something, right? Playing a full game of that, like with like, if you get into like championship sets where it's like you play 5 sets. That first game we played against that first high school girl, that was only like 3 sets, right? But like, oof, I could not imagine playing a full game. That would just take so long. That's more of tennis faults than this game's, but what can you do? I love how it does like the manga stuff, right? Again, I've never seen the original manga, but I love what it was doing to like get that characterization. Let's look at this really quick. Let's move on. Where does this game rank? I need to put it on the list. $1993. Nerae. For sure, this is better than David Crane's Amazing Tennis. Again, not so amazing. That was at 61. I think this game is better than Final Fight. I apologize. Final Fight. What's up, Panthera? Why are Dreamcast controllers being posted in Discord? That's a good question. Even I don't know. We were talking about controllers earlier. That's probably why. Fuck. You're not wrong. He made Pitfall. Pitfall is a good game. Pitfall is fine. It's of a time, but it's fine. Okay? I think this game is better than Dodgeball. That Kunio-kun Dodgeball game is kind of right? I think it's better than True Golf Classics. Even that really impressive technology with all the Super FX chip. I don't think it uses Super FX chip, but God damn it, Funk. Yeah, be careful. This is a safe space for the olds, right? I think this tennis game is better than Super Bowling. Super Bowling's pretty dang good. This tennis game is pretty solid. I tell you what, I like all the story beats of this way better than Ghost Sweeper Mikami, right? Just a cop. Ugh. Yuck. You know, I think Gegege no Kitaru looked better as an anime game, but I didn't find it that much more interesting, right? I think Eisou no Nerae is better than this. Ooh, Joe and Mac though. Joe and Mac is pretty good. Big, wonderful sprites. But I don't love the way Joe and Mac plays, if I'm being honest. What's my limit here? Let's find the top limit. I don't think it's NBA Jam, right? That's for certain. That's too high. I don't think it's Disney's Aladdin. Don't need a sword. Fuck, it's no Mick and Mac. You're not right. We will not relitigate Dave Perry's history. Even my mistakes with it. It's not worth it. Is Eizo Nerae better than Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball? Don't focus. Tennis will not be better with two swords. Two rackets. Someone out there has tried that, right? Playing tennis with two rackets. I'm sure that went very poorly for them, but surely someone out there is trying to do it on the legit. I think Eizo Nerae is better than Super Ultra Baseball. Finding a lot of sports games in this pocket, you know? I think this is where the limit is. Very good, though. Like, this might be one of the better tennis games I know of on the Super Nintendo. I've yet to play Super Tennis, right? Which is much more a top-down situation, but I like the story stuff. I just wish playing tennis games weren't so long. And like I can't really control that. So it's got limits again, right? It's like with these baseball games, the same way. And I can't choose like smaller sets, which I could do with where is it? Jikyo Powerful Pro 3? Yakyu 3? 97 Aru? Right? If I could like play less tennis to make it move a little faster, I would probably enjoy this game a lot more. Actually, but would I rather play this or super high impact or time? No, these are still better. These are still better. Yeah, this is good. I'm fine with this. Congratulations, it's Eizo Nerae. I'm gonna say it different every time. I have no idea how to pronounce that O. I think it's not got no accent on it that I've seen, so I'll say O, not U. Anyways, 39. Solid tennis game. That's a good game for today. God damn it, Liv. Top down is up. That's why I like to shoot for the ace. I don't know. It's goddamn. Anyways. Play Super Tennis? Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Funk, I think I know what Game Boy Tennis game you're talking about. I think I had that as well. I remember it being okay. But it still suffered from the same problem, I think, where it's like whenever you swing the racket, it like freezes you in place, so you can't. I don't remember. It's been way too long. Also, I'm sure there's more than one tennis game on Game Boy. That sounds like something that should exist. Let's move on to the next game. A lot of sports games today. You know, trying to keep in theme with the Olympics happening, right? I think this next one's pretty alright. I don't know how many other people have seen this. This is Best of the Best Championship Karate Electro Brain, licensed by Nintendo. Electro Brain. They did a lot of the Tetris stuff that we did earlier. No, not Tetris. That was Bulletproof Software. What did Electro Brain do? What am I looking at here? That's right. They did that boxing Legends of the Ring game. Ugh. They also did Eliminator Boat Duel on the NES, where they published that. That's pretty good. This was developed by Logiciel, which is France. Another EU, just for funk. Get these EU devs in here, right? Oh, ad break in a minute and a half. Ad break's going on now. I see. Nice Fallout pants. What are you talking about, My Hero Zero? Alright. Let's check this out. Best of the best. No relation to the movie from the 80s, funnily enough. Oh, because of the color. I see. You know, there's a movie called Best of the Best. 1989 martial arts film. Has Eric Roberts, James Earl Jones, Chris Penn for some weird reason. You know, brother of Sean Penn, of course. It's really a championship karate. I mean, there's a karate man right there just doing karate. Right? So yeah, I guess. Best of the Best is actually not that good of a movie. It's pretty rough, all told. Also, I forgot Chris Roberts is Julia Roberts' brother, which is funny to me. Because why not, I guess, right? This game, though, I played a lot of this game. A lot of this game. You can alter your look and stuff. It doesn't change the body, notably, when you change these heads. It's like, yeah, that's... Sure, we'll say so. Right? Yeah, genuinely horrifying. Do you wear boxing gloves while doing karate? It depends, right? If it's like most karate competitions, yeah, they'll throw gloves on where it's like... So scoring in karate, right, is Olympics. Olympic karate. I don't think they do karate anymore as an event, but I'll just let this demo play. But like the scoring system's usually, you know, you score a hit, right? You get points. But then like contact is supposed to stop after you score a hit. So it's like, you know, you punch a guy in the face, you get a point. But then like, you know, they break you apart and then you re-engage after they separate you, right? And same thing with kicks and stuff like that. In this game, they don't do that. This is more just like straight up kickboxing where it's just like try and knock the other person out. So. Live. And score. I can't do a Views laugh. That's just embarrassing. I'm just going to stop myself right there. Next question. Why does it say hatch in the bottom middle menu? What? What? What are you talking about? It says match, Chris, not hatch. That's an M. As an okay Beavis, I can't believe you live. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. Physical type. Got some stats. I have to press and hold. So I played this a little bit, so we beefed up our Karate Man a little bit. Some of these options, I don't need to. No, that's fine. I don't care. So you can do training. And there's like these little mini games. I think of this, we just like, so I got some kicks. If I hold down, I block. So this game's really weird. So I'm hitting the D-pad left and right to move left and right. But hitting down blocks. So if I press up, it does a kick. Like up on the D-pad, it's just throwing kicks nonstop like this. And if I hit the face buttons, depending which face button I hit, it will do a different punch or kick. But if I hold on to that button and I hold the direction as well, you will do a different... Oh no, sorry. Hold on. Let me double think this really quick. Okay, right. So if I hit X, Y, or A, I will do a strike, right? Oh gosh. I'm just gonna turbo my way through this. Also, if you have a turbo button and you're just throwing kicks on this bag, he just goes. Also, this one's interesting. It's like timing based. So I hold up, I'll do a high kick and hit the high one. If I press to the right, it'll hit the middle. And if I press down, it'll go low. I think depending how well I do on this, the more my stats will increase. Oh, I missed that because I got that too late. It's supposed to be like, the better reaction time you have, I guess, right? The better you'll score. I'm terrible. We got 2% out of it. But yeah, so I was trying to explain it. But like, if I hold on to what's supposed to be B on a SNES pad, you hold on to B and you press the D-pad in different directions, you will do different attacks, which is interesting, right? And I think the actual thing that's interesting out of that, so if I go here and go select hits, this is what it's talking about. So it's like, there's like a lot of move customization here. And yeah, this is totally an Amiga game. And like, it's an old PC DOS game as well, and yada, 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 right? But like, essentially what this is, so like, if I press B, you can see here, it's like dictating like the different directions that I can program it to. So if I want to edit this, no, sorry. How does this work? Okay, so like, I'm picking one of these moves and I can change, that's right. If I hit the L and R, I can like, look at all these different kicks, right? And then I can program them to the directions that are there on the screen when I hold on to B and press them, right? But like, look at all these different moves, right? And they are actually like significant, like that just looks like a high kick. That also just looks like a high kick, but they do have like different power to them, obviously. And also like where the contact happens is actually super important. So like this kick, right? Like it's obviously got some range on it. So if I do that and the guy is like really up close, it's gonna totally whiff, right? So that's why you want like little small moves that hit in close, like this leg kick maybe, right? And obviously some are like slower and faster than each other. And like there's like even like these like hop step kicks, right? That have animations that actually, make you progress forward or try to keep you in place or come back, right? Like, I find it's interesting. It actually tries to mimic all these very real karate kicks, right? Or kickboxing, I should say, which has wider influences to also like taekwondo, yada, yada, yada. And the same thing with these punches, right? Which is interesting. And like that actually, this one here actually has like a dodge associated to it, which it will like totally bypass an opponent's attack if you time it right. Fonk says, apparently this used to be Panza license. What's Panza? Yeah, look at this big wheel kick. Big old turnaround side, like back side kick. That's just big old back fist, right? Some MMA dude. Okay. Yeah, Panther. Talking about that nooch game, right? You gotta worry about the nooch. And all these big old kicks. What I'm actually trying to find as I go through this list, it's like, where's Kofi Kingston's finisher? That's what I'm looking for. Big old jumping, turn around, inside crescent kick of sorts. Yeah, big old distance side kick, right? There's a lot of kicks. Arguably too many kicks. Oh, that's the end of the list. Anyways, let's move on. Let's get into a fight, shall we? I want to say this is like a guy I fought before. This guy's name is Woodman. Which one lets me shoot a fireball? That's a good question. Chain Lead, the Lord Goldman, Flimrick. I'm gonna fight against Flimrick. I think these are like higher ranked fellas. So like, oh, just the way the head only changes is very disgusting to me. Let's fight against Song Po first. This is probably easier. My reserves. You're absolutely right. All right, well, here we go. It's like those spotlights up top are your health. Okay, too close. Let's break it up. Yeah, just eat that. There's not a lot of strategy here, I'm not gonna lie, right? It's actually a little bit weird with the way... Oof, jeez. There's like no idea of stamina. I can kind of just throw. I think the stamina is like kind of like my life that I was getting before. Like, this looks like real kickboxing, right? Yeah, and that ref is... Like, they clearly saw the Mario ref from Punch-Out! We're like, we gotta get something like that. Ow. Jeez. If you notice, like, if I get, like, really close in, it actually starts to get a little bit awkward because no one has an attack. So it's like, they don't do a great job at, like, turning around all the time either. We ate a lot of damage there. And tagged him. Alright. Alright. Let's get in with that. Oh gosh. Ow. Come on. Ah, it's just eating me up with those little kicks. Alright, I think I can get this trip in. Yeah, get like a knockdown. Oof. Come on. Come on. Yeah, yeah! Oh, we're just socking him now. Oh gosh, our life is not looking great though. Ooh. Ow. Sound effects are really vomity. Yeah, a little bit. Just hit, and then kick. Oof. I don't know if we won that round. We gotta try and knock this guy down. Big ol' axe kick. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh come on, I blocked. Yay. Okay, right, can't. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go! Just back up, just back up. I can't do like a back dodge or like, you know, I'm lights out. I am dead. I like how it's like, you died, here's a med kit. This lady give you a sign with a med kit in it. Let's get rid of this bot, shall we? Block. And delete. Yeah, Marco has sweep the leg, Daniel-san. You're absolutely right. Let's try this one more time, shall we? I like this game. I think it controls a little weird for sure. It being stuck on like a single plane makes it a little bit awkward. But like these sprites look really good. Like, do I wish there was more variation in terms of how, you know, these karate dudes looked? Yeah, but you know. That's fine. I'm not gonna judge it too hard. Yeah, sucked them. It's like little inside roundhouse is nice and snappy. Just feeding them, right? Like that big jumping turnaround kick. It's fun. Gosh. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I like these head kicks. Okay. I think we're doing good. Feels like we're doing good. The idea that there's like no stamina to just throw these punches and kicks forever is kind of weird. But it's also like not really the point, right? Because like this game is mostly about like, hey, how far away is my opponent? So which attack should I be using to try and match it, right? And just trying to like get that spacing. It's all, yeah. Panther, it's all about the nooch, right? It literally is, this game is literally all about the neutral game. Blocking is hard. I'm honestly not good enough for that. It's probably possible, but it's just about making sure you keep your distance and trying to figure out where you should be landing these attacks. Oh, we're dying. Eesh. Okay. Where's my super meter? I wish. Oh gosh, just ate that trip. But we did sock him in the head, so. Oh no. Stop, please. Just keep kicking. Just keep kicking. This kick seems handy. I'm just gonna keep doing this. It's like Lisa Simpson, right? Or Lisa and Bart. It's like, I'm just gonna keep doing this motion, and if you get in the way, it's your fault. Maybe that kick strategy is not gonna work for us. I was landing him though. Come on, I just want to win once. Come on, get up, friend. Come on. Oh gosh. Also, if the gameplay was a little loud, I apologize. I just looked at the bars. They were a little high. Another med pack to go. We didn't do so great there, did we? It was close. I've played games of this where this has been easier. I think I could have toned the difficulty down a little bit, which I probably would do on the regular, but that's not bad. It's Fonk asking about. Was a game that when you get to the final round, the opponent kills the referee? That was Taekwondo, which we ranked pretty high, right? Where was it? There it is. 36 in part 9. Wow, that seems like a lifetime ago now at this point. That was cool. That game is better than this, though, right? There's like a legitimacy to this karate, though, that I can like get behind as someone who used to do martial arts. Like, I think it's really cool. Like scrolling through all those kicks and seeing them do the actual kick, and it's animated fairly well. I wouldn't be surprised if that was rotoscoped in some way, right? Like, that looked really neat to me as a kid, because I'm just like, yeah, those are real moves, right? It's like, yeah, not throwing like a Hadouken. There's no super meters or any of these things that we're joking about, but like, there was something grounded to this that I thought was really interesting for the time. Do I wish it played a little bit better? Yeah, right. Like the hitboxes, not always clean. No stamina, so you're just kind of throwing the same kick over and over again, hoping for the best. There's not a lot of mechanics to it. So it's a little bit uneven, per se, right? Anyways, where's it go? So I don't think it's as good as Taekwondo, and that was, yeah, 36 here. Mostly the thing that was grounded was your character. Wow. Thanks, Dull Focus. Oh, Fox says, She Bad put out new music? Yeah, they're playing a bunch of festivals locally. I thought about going to go see them, but I can't afford going to a festival right now. already had tickets to go to the concert this weekend, so I bought those a long while ago. I don't think this is as good as Ace o Nare, which we just played. I don't even think this is as good as True Golf Classics. Don't think it's as good as Stone Protectors, unfortunately. As Liv will tell you, she will say, "Power the stones glow." Or I screwed that up. What's the actual phrase? Power the stones glow? Power the stones glow, right? No. Yeah, I think that's right. Clipping that for Ganj. Sorry, Ganj. Look, I give and I take with Ganj, right? Evo. Underranked. I fixed it. At least a little bit, right? Is best of the best championship karate worse than Final Fight? Yeah, it's worse. It's worse. I don't think it's as bad as Amazing Tennis.
Hours later.
But is it worse than Psycho Dream? Psycho Dream was cool. It was messed up, but that game is cool as hell. This plays better than... I almost said this plays better than Psycho Dream, but I'm not sure that's true. I'd rather play Psycho Dream because I think Psycho Dream is more interesting. But this karate is real good karate, right? Yeah. That sounds right. But still better than that tennis game. Because yeah, as Fonk will tell you, David Crane has never made a good video game, apparently. Not even Pitfall. Jeez. That's rough. I saw everyone in the chat like jumping on Fonk for that. For it's like, oh, us olds out here liking old David Crane games. He made Grand Prix. Grand Prix is great. I think it's Grand Prix, right? I'm pretty sure it's Grand Prix. Oh, Grand Prix game is it? I typed Grand Prix game into Google and that got me no good. Dragster, thank you, Fonk. Thank you. Dragster's all right. It's silly. I hate the game that dude cheated on. What? What? Who cheated on Dragster? Is that like some, what's his name? The hot sauce man? Who's the hot sauce man? What's his name? Can beat Dragster in 9 seconds. Billy's okay, yeah. Billy whatever. It always drops its stuff out. Liv, that also depends on, you know, how like what did they set the tension spring on that crane, right? What Sega scam is running at the time for those arcade operators? Make you think. Yeah, or Billy something. That well-known Billy something. The Kong guy, right? That cheater is what I'm assuming. I don't remember his name, and I almost don't care. Now look it up. King of Kong. Steve Weeby. That's the other. Billy Mitchell. That's it. Jeez. Billy Mitchell. Oof. Anyways, congratulations, Best. You're a little mediocre, but you're interesting. All right, how are we doing on time? Let's double check this really quick. Ooh, 2 hours and a bit. Yeah, we're due. We got 1 game left though, folks. I don't know how this game will look over stream, but let's try, shall we? Also, I just got a notification that a bunch of my emotes got approved. Which ones? Okay. Yeah, alright. Oh my gosh, and the bots are coming in. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm trying to show off my emotes. I'm not even spelling unsolicited correct at this point. Not that it probably doesn't even matter at this point. Get rid of you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, the best viewers are already here. Thank you, my hero zero. Mark Roaz. You got just coast it out, friend. You can make it. I believe in you. Oh yeah, and my jazz scroll. There we go. That'll be good for Rocksmith when I play some jazz music and no one will understand what that joke means. That's just for me, basically. What else? Yeah, the Mallow dance? Heck yeah, let's go, Mallow. Which reminds me, I gotta play Super Mario RPG sometime soon, don't I? There should be a Mario dance coming too from that game. Actually, sorry, that Mallow and the one that's about to be approved, that's from the Mario RPG remake, right? Or whatever they called it. What else is there? Oh, right, my Chef Kiss. I think this is for tier 2 subs only. I think this is a bit goal. A little smiley Sekiro. It's a little hard to make out a smile, but that's Sekiro at least. Anyways, it's enough of that nonsense. Be worse though. I just play on my phone or iPad or read for 8 hours. Hey, look, job's a job. Also, your job's. I know there's a lot of downtime, obviously, but I know you were mentioning the other day, like when shit pops off, shit can pop off, right? Especially in those night shifts, which salute to a real one, right? You make the government workers jealous mostly. That's fair. Hell yeah, Mark. Get that check. What's it doing? Right. One more game for today. Let's finish off with the strong one. I said we were playing some good games today. We didn't play a lot of good games today. Look, I know. I think that's about to change. Nintendo DMA Designs presents Uniracers. Y'all know this one? Barely any Super Godzilla. Get out of here, Chris. I'm sorry, Fog. No asterisk today. I promise that asterisks, the day will come. Listen to that. Apology to the blinking lights. This game will have a lot of them. For those who are sensitive. How does this look over stream? Or is this just junk? I'm gonna look at it from my end. Should be okay. Looks good. Okay. Thank God. I was very worried about this game and the bitrate. If you don't know this game, DMA Designs made this for Nintendo, obviously. Let's look at that developer really quick. You might know them as Rockstar North. You might also know this British video game developer for games like Grand Theft Auto, including Grand Theft Auto 5, right? Let's just say, yeah, they've been through it. They also made Lemmings, right? They made all the Grand Theft Autos that you know and love, right? Or love, I mean, hey, that's, I'll put quotation marks around that because it is what it is, right? But like, yeah, Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, Manhunt, Red Dead Redemption eventually, and all L.A. Noirs and yada yada yada, right? Obviously, a lot of things have changed hands since then, right? When they were DMA designed back in the day. But like, you know, their biggest game probably aside from that more than likely was Lemmings at the time, right? In these days in particular. And then they got sold back and forth between a lot of different companies like BMG Interactive, good lord. All the way to, yeah, that's right. And they also got sold Gremlin Interactive. These are all like, I've seen a lot of these names, but I can't associate a game to them, right? Like, not until they got folded into Take-Two, right? Which Take-Two is Take-Two now. That's a whole thing in its own. I'm not going to get into all the history of, obviously, DMA designs, but they made this incredible little game called Uniracers, right? 1995, mind you. This is mostly a racing game, obviously, if you haven't figured that out by now. But there's also like a stunt mode and stuff in it, which I think is really neat. I think I've already got myself in there. Yeah, and the blue one. I like the blue one. Let's just get right into it. Okay, let's put crawler. If you've never seen this before, long story short, the way it works is you just hold one direction, left or right. But if you do stunts, like this cool twist, you do go a little bit faster. You can also do a roll using the shoulder buttons, right? So I actually own this game for legit, for real, the actual cart. Although I did have a copy of it first on disc, but I liked this game so much I went and I bought it at the time when I was a kid. I also know like the terrain changes a little bit, which usually dictates what's coming up. Because obviously, yes, I complain about this all the time, right? Where it's like, oh, we didn't get it best time. That's fine. We already have a gold on it. But it's like, I always complain about, like, I complain a lot about Earthworm Jim today and Aladdin, right? Where it's like, I can't see anything coming up because the camera isn't like shifted in the wrong spot, doesn't readjust correctly, yada, yada, yada. And obviously this game is quite fast, right? So the way they get around that, yeah, these unicycles be headbanging, Mark. You're absolutely right. They got personality. And when they zoom, they actually morph and like move their head in a little bit, right? So obviously that checkered line, right? That checkered obviously tells me that it's like that's the finish line, right? And then so like, if you notice the terrain changes, like that color changes to like that blue-purple when it's like going to be like a hill, and then obviously it goes this blue-red when it's a loop. So half this game is trying to like quickly determine what actually is coming up through what terrain you're on. In that case where it was like blue and yellow, it's like, hey, the finish line is coming up. And obviously here, it's like when you're in the air, just do as many stunts as you can, unique stunts if possible, to try to like make your unicycle go faster, right? You notice here when I'm doing these loops, I actually have to like alternate between left and right for the roll because you're on the opposite end, right? And if you beef your jump, you will slow down, obviously. So you do want to, oh gosh, like that. But that's fine because we rolled onto that acceleration pad. This game moves very fast, so it's very hard for me to explain what's happening at the same time. Oh gosh, he's catching up. Come on, keep going. There's one last jump here, right? Oh no, I wiped out. That's not good. Oh, that's fine. Hell yeah. Earthworm Jim 64 is your favorite. Earthworm Jim 64 is your favorite one. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. We did not rank Earthworm Jim very high around these parts. But I haven't played 64. I've never played it, so I wouldn't know. So you could be totally right. It could be totally fine. But I don't know. Whew. Anyways, you think you've seen these unicycle like at dubstep shows? Sure. This game is wild, in my opinion. I think it sounds incredible. This music, like, if people look, listen. There are people out there that will say this probably gameplay is probably a little loud. I'm gonna take that down a little notch. Apologies. Russ rank every Earthworm Jim? No. Sorry, Liv. No. Look. People will say the Sega Genesis sounds better than the Super Nintendo. I dare them to listen to this soundtrack off Uniracers, okay? And you tell me if this sounds better or not. Because this game rocks like fucking crazy, okay? Okay? Listen to these licks. It's like, you're not gonna get, it's not gonna get, you can get guitars that sound half decent in the Sega Genesis. They're not gonna be like, it's not gonna have this bass. It's not gonna have these drums, you know? Hey, what's up, Burn Mick? Love doing flips and landing? Yeah, me too. Yeah, look at these cute little snails. All right, it's stunts time. So, this is doing stunts on the bowl, right? Whole point of this, just do as many stunts as you can, right? And it's like, try to get as many points as you can by landing them. It's just like a half pipe, basically. So here we just twist in, we're spinning. Oh gosh, I wiped out there. That's fine. Oh gosh. Nope, we're not doing good. That's fine. So I do, like, you do roll faster if you don't do, like, twists at the same time. So it does sometimes behoove you to do, like, one trick over another separately. I just beefing it. I'm mostly just button mashing these out, but you do want to try and, like, alternate between different tricks, as you will get, like, different point values for them. Or if you do, like, too many of the same ones, you'll get less points for them. Oh no, screw that up. Hit the bowl. Yeah, okay, Mark. Let's try it again. Let's try it one more time. I didn't do great. I think if I go on this side, there's, like, loops. Yeah, so we're not going to bother with that. We're going to stay in the bowl. The only thing that's really tricky is hard to know where the ground is, obviously, right? So it's like, I would have appreciated if there's, like, something on screen that helped with that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. It's like, you want to try and get the tires down in the right spot, obviously, right? I like how it says headbanging, you know, depending what move you do. If you do, like, a bunch of them. It's like, if I do, like, a bunch of twists, it says, like, Twister City or something, right? Oh gosh. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I don't think we're gonna get enough. Try it one more time. Then we'll move on. I feel like I can get this. Just have to goof up a little bit less. And yeah, the sound effects will dictate, like, hey, like, how good of a trick is it, right? It actually plays different music, so it's not going to be the same thing every single time, which is super thankful, right? Like, oh gosh. Nope, that's... Oh my gosh. I am, like, way worse at this game than I remember now. I used to be half decent at it, but now I'm old and haven't played this game in a long time, so... Oh, damn it. Come on. Getting those Z flips by pressing X, but it's like you have to hold it for, like, the full duration of the twist to actually land it. Oh man, unfortunate. That's fine. We'll move on. This is, like, supposed to be the easiest, like, League 2, he's crawler class, I guess you could say. Unirace harder than Sekiro, confirm. I mean, yes, in my opinion, yes. right? So it's like, you see that like orange and yellow? That means like there's a gunk there, so you want to jump over it. Gosh, oh gosh. Oh gosh, oh gosh, this is not going good. So you want to try and like fit in as many of those stunts as possible, right? Where it goes solid yellow like that, I believe that's like, hey, like jump this gap, right? But you want to time it because it's like, you don't want to do a stunt and then like land in the middle of it. Because if you do that, you are absolutely going to be like slowing yourself down a little bit for sure. There we go. Making up some ground here. These twists are pretty much the move to use when you're just on, you know, flat ground like this. I am very behind, I think, though. Gosh, I have not played this for a while. It's like, I feel slow. Let's try the next track. I think the nice thing is you can more or less play any of these tracks, right? It doesn't really limit you. So you can kind of come back to them whenever you want. Oh no! It's like you want to make sure you're on the ground for these, right? There we go. I think this game looks incredible. Like, I don't know. I'm playing very poorly, but like I like the way some of these tracks like crisscross and stuff, right? Like it's frenetic in a way that like with a sense of speed that I think few games have. Mark says, you've done a fair amount of racing games so far. I really love Top Gear's Chop. There's a game with a lot of speed. Oh no, you screwed that up. Top Gear is wild. That's a game that's gonna chunk up my bitrate for sure when I come to stream it. I haven't done it yet though. But Mark, you may be interested in Human Grand Prix. Oh no. An F1 racing game that we looked at, like, first episode, maybe even? Mike, you're right. It's like, it would be interesting to look at another version of this game where it's like camera zoomed out a little bit. Like, I enjoy how much this game's personality is in the Uniracers themselves, like the unicycles, right? And, you know, easier to see, obviously, if you're closer to them like this. But obviously, yeah, it's like, it is very much hard to see what's coming up, and that's what's screwing up half the time, right? And the only real indicator you have of that is by looking at the track and what pattern or color it's giving off to tell you what's coming up, right? So I guess it's like these 4 other segments here are locked off for now, but let's look at these more advanced ones. This one's just called Wario Paint. What's that about? Let's see what. Yeah, Uniracers 99? That'd be ridiculous. Okay. Nope. Should have maybe been a little more conservative with that. It's okay. There are like a lot of like secret paths as well on a lot of these tracks, which is kind of fun. So like a lot of alternate routes and whatnot, depending where you take certain jumps. I jumped too early for that. Oh, come on, get over. Okay, good. Like, there's something like very motocross about this, in a way, you know, except it's unicycles. Like, it reminds me a lot of, like, NES Excite Bike, right? Where it's like, you kind of want to, like, match up the tires, like, when you're landing on, like, an incline or, you know, going up a hill or downhill, right? You want to try and match the rotation of your bike, in a way, to try and get the best landing and speed, right? Wow, I didn't even get gold on that. Also, no auto racers like Doodle Jump. Good point. The look at this. Funk, why do you hate Sonic? Is it because of the inclines and stuff like that? Or just the acceleration? Is that what you're talking about? I assume though, that's why I hate Sonic games a lot of time, honestly. There we go. Oh gosh. Gotta get that roll. Ah, that's fine. Ugh, too much rotation. It's really, like, easy to just do too many stunts and mess yourself up in this game. Just because you want to go faster, right? So yeah, it's like you can play it a little more conservatively in these actual races. But it's fun to do stunts, right? It's just fun. Imagine if Sonic games you could add a stunt system, right? Like that's essentially what this is, right? Like it's like what if there's a Sonic Go Fast game and it was a racing game, right? Yeah, the Speedy Gonzales game for Super Nintendo? We'll get there, Mark. We haven't played it yet, but I'm very aware of that. Like the wild thing about that game is people like hacked it so into a Sonic game. Which is funny. There we go. That was a good race. Yeah, like when I'm going fast, I don't want to be stopped by something that the game purposely put there to make me stop in a way that's like really awkward, like a Sonic game, right? Marzer says, you are saying, what if there was a good Sonic game, Russ? You know, that's like... Marzer, I don't know what your feelings are towards Sonic games, but I know mine. So I could interpret your comment there as two... Oh, you think it's bad? Okay, yeah. I don't want to be too mean, because I know Liv, she really likes Sonic games, I think. I could be wrong on that. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Liv. Douglas says, and what if you could play as Danica Patrick in a Sonic racing game? You know, if I could do that, maybe I would not talk about, you know, lizard people and that whole nightmare. You know? No lizards in this racing game, this unicycle racing game. These are unicycles. And they're polymorphic unicycles, but not lizards. I tell you that much. Okay, we're doing stunts now, right? I think this one's all hills. Oh gosh, just landed that. Oh gosh. Intense! Oh no, that was not a good jump. It's fine. Oh no! Oh boy. Oh no! Ah, damn it. Well. Come on. No, that's too aggressive. We got past 107, that's fine. Nice. Alright. Isn't that a different race car lady? No, that was Danica Patrick. Funk, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I like this game. I love it. I think it moves real fun, right? No. I could unlock more tracks and stuff like that obviously later, but what's here I think is really solid. Shortcut. This one has obviously a shortcut. Let's take a look at this one really quick and we'll call it. But yeah, when you said Uniracers 99, like, I would love to see them bring this back and do something like that. Or just like add more multiplayer to this game, right? Like, I think only racing against, you know, one other opponent. Ah, jeez, I think I can jump that if I jump that correctly and bypass all that for a better time, but... Like, even if this was like you're racing as like 4 players, right? That'd be neat. This game does have multiplayer in a way, but it's only 2 players, right? And then it turns into like a split screen sort of situation. Oh god. Oh god. There we go. Got the shortcut that time. And one more lap. I just love the look of this game. Gosh. It's got so much style. It sounds good. It sounds like it looks, right? Like this rockin' guitar licks in the back and stuff, right? Yeah. This flag? Look at this flag. The blinking could be better, but it's like the way it animates, like hell yeah, right? I don't understand this chart. This is wild to me. I think it's like something to do with your laps, but it's I can't read this. If you put this into Excel, I'd be very confused by it for sure. Mark Roaz says, Uniracers seems like the type of title that could appear on the SNES Online. Is this on Switch Online? Does anyone know? I think I have the Wikipedia page up still. It's not on Switch Online. Nintendo, get on that. This seems like a game that should appear, but maybe it's like the whole DMA Designs thing. It's a lawsuit game. Oh no, you're right. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot to mention this. Shortly after the game's release, DMA Design was sued by Pixar for allegedly copying the unicycle design and concept for the 1987 short film Red's Dream. Fuck you, Disney. That's all I have to say about that. It's not on right now yet. That's too bad. I don't even know if they like settled this lawsuit. I'm assuming they did. It's been a long time, obviously. Yeah. Uniracers or Unirally, depending where you're from. I think it's what, UK it was Unirally? Yeah, Uniracers in North America. Unirally everywhere else. That game is neat. Soundtrack still rips. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I played a lot of that game growing up. I also used to be a lot better at it. My reaction speed was not so rough, I guess. No, it's not true. It's just gotta practice, right? Just a little practice. This could be a skill check game. I could see it, but I already dictated a new skill check game coming up. Not right now. Uniracers. 1995. Where does it go? Actually, I have it here. It's 1994. Did I mess that up? I see. December 1994 is when it came out in North America, and then 1995 in the EU. Okay. So 1994 then. That's what we'll say for my list. I think this game is better than Best of the Best. That game is not the best of the best. Not even for karate games. Maybe for karate games. Taekwondo is not karate. I shouldn't be so presumptive. I think it's better in Final Fight. Sorry to Final Fight. I'm sorry, Ganj. Uniracers is better than Stone Protectors. I apologize. It's a bad port of Final Fight. You're absolutely right. Burmike says, a friend liked that game so much, he stole my cartridge. Which game are you talking about, Birdmike? Are you talking about Best of the Best? It's unfortunate. Uniracers? Oh, damn. What the hell? That couldn't have been easy to replace either. I don't know how many copies this game sold necessarily, or like how many like they published or put into print. Like I don't recall seeing a ton of people having this game. I don't know if that was because, again, it's just like a little too niche or what, but friend. What kind of friend steals SNES games? Come on. Well, not from other friends. Look, my disc copier got me to play a lot of games. I'm not gonna. Let's get moving on. I think Uniracers is better than Cannon Fodder. I'm sorry, Fonk. I'm sorry. Cannon Fodder is very interesting and very cool, but this is a better game. We'll go as far as say I think Uniracers is better than Ken Griffey's. It's fine. It wasn't your rec. I think it was. I'm pretty sure you said Cannon Fodder at one point, and I was like, yeah, Cannon Fodder. Let's play some Cannon Fodder. I think Uniracers is better than NBA Jam, even. Oh, EU game I generally recommend is Asterisk. I don't think that's true, Fonk. I mean, maybe in your heart, I understand. I can't judge that. But the way you're saying it's like, oh, you should play Syndicate. Maybe I pulled too much from when you said Syndicate, and all the neurons in my brain was like, yeah, Syndicate. Bullfrog Software. Let's go. Right? Don't focus. Look, I'll do that. I'll do that science right now. Where is it? Where are you, Parodius? Shoujo. Oh, that's Sailor Moon. There's Parodius. Okay, yeah. It's better than Parodius. I already said this because I said it's better than NBA Jam. Yeah. No big ladies. I'm sorry. No big ladies today, even. I dropped the ball on that one. I apologize, Chris. Uniracers better than NHL 94. NHL 94 is an incredible hockey video game. Where's the limit? I like doing this. It's like when as soon as I like run to a game I have to think about, it's like, is it better than this? I look for a limit. Yeah. Burn Mike, I was thinking exactly the same thing. I was like, I don't know if Uniracers is better than Pilot Wings. Because Pilot Wings is really, really cool, right? Complete in box, $100. Okay, that's not terrible. Like, would I rather play Uniracers than Shoujo Senshi Sailor Moon Super S? Zenin Sanka Shuyaku Sodasen? Yeah, I think I would. You know, even though this Sailor Moon game had Sailor Raphael, if you remember, fighting against Sailor Mercury, and it only if it's the hacked one. Yeah, Del Focus. Maybe I'd go back to it. And then remember when, like, I think it was not Sailor Jupiter. Which one was it? I think it was Sailor Uranus. She did like that, like, raging demon, and then had like the like ninja suplex attack where she like spun up in the air. And, you know, like, that was wild. But I don't know if I play I'd rather play it, but I don't know if it's a better game. I think we're looking around this zone right here. Pretty high. 20s, right? I think this game is better than NHL 94. I can safely say that. Oh, is it better than True Lies? True Lies! Uncle Furries? Right? That weird store called Short and Ugly? Ugh. Unfortunate. Those terrorists in that bathroom that were just pissing. It's nonstop. I think Uniracers is better than True Lies. True Lies over, I think, is maybe... Did I overrank True Lies? Maybe I did. Maybe a little bit. I think Uniracers is better than Magical Poppin'. No, there's probably an ad running. Apologies to those. Not subscribed though. You know, you can always get rid of your ads if you help me out with my subscribers goal, right? They can't hear me as I say this because we're on an ad break. I should remember how this works. Is Uniracers better than Super Castlevania 4? I think it is. Castlevania 4 is really good, right? Is it better than Wrecking Crew 98? Yeah, I know, Chris. No justice or Final Fight. Like, it says a lot about the way the beat 'em up genre was flailing in this era, right? Like, if I think Final Fight 3 is the best one, like the best beat 'em up of them all, like so far, like, let me look at this list really quick. Do I have any other beat 'em ups up here? Oh, that's right. No, I got Batman Returns up here. That was 93. But 93, that's getting away. Like, okay, so Batman Returns is getting by on a lot of its ability to translate that movie, right? Which it does incredibly. And also, it's an incredible beat 'em up at the same time, right? And that was in 93. So, like, that can have its flowers for being a licensed game still, right? In a time when, like, licensed video games were very up in the air, right? But aside from that, Ninja Warriors 94, like, you know, being a single plane fighting or beat 'em up, very high quality, but it's never going to rank higher than that. I'd be hard pressed to find a better beat 'em up that I can think of off the top of my head than these, right? This is probably the limits for a lot of beat 'em up games in this zone. Until, you know, like, I'm going to play Turtles in Time. I was going to play Turtles in Time today, but I'm going to save that. That one deserves a little more time. I think Uniracers is better than Wrecking Crew 98, but I don't think it's better than Pilot Wings. I think this is the right place for it. Burnt Mike. They know. They had it down. I think this is right. Incredibly unique product that I would like to see them come back to someday, you know? Like, just the idea of like 99 Uniracers doing a battle royale, you know, like shootout style, like, you know, if you're like getting eliminated every lap until, or like, you know, maybe every 5 people get eliminated if you're in the bottom rung, right? Or like doing those stunts, right? Where it's like if your point totals in the lower rung of that sounds like an easy layup for sure. You think someone made that? Not with Uniracers though, I'm assuming. Where is there shark cards? God. You have to do like some daily grind to get like your dollars up. All these unicycles have to like set up like meth drug dens and sell weed in an open world so they can make money to, like, I don't know, buy better Uniracer parts or something, right? I played a lot of GTA Online. God, I'm glad I stopped playing that. What a horrible cycle that was. That was definitely like a really good podcast game. It was a good, like, turn my brain off and play, but like, I didn't spend a single dollar on that game beyond obviously buying the base game itself. So like I'll at least give some props to like GTA 5 for that, but like I never want to play that game ever again. And it's like the most crap UI menu management stuff in that game. Ugh, yuck. Anyways, congratulations, Uniracers, number 21. I think that's super solid. It's the best game we played today by far. Not the best game. Best game so far today. A lot of better games than it still, but we got a lot of SNES games, right? Let's check the uptime really quick. Oh, 3.5 hours. Yikes. I probably played Earthworm Jim for way too long, if I had to guess. Right? I don't need to talk about that anymore. Oh, get that out. It's done. It's out of my life. I don't want to think about the crappy designer of that game anymore. Yuck. Disgusting nightmare human beings. Anyways, thank you all for coming today. As always, if you're watching this on the VOD, come check out it live if you want. I'd love if you'd give me a follow, and that way you'll never miss when I actually go live on Twitch TV/RGLee. That's where you can find me. Of course, these videos, they always go up on YouTube after I'm done video processing, yada, yada, yada. If it would accept my video, I don't get, DMCA'd for all those ESO Nerae intros that we played earlier. YouTube.com/@RGLee, that's where they go for the VODs. Of course, if you'd like to look at these finely curated SNES games yourself, you can always find them at tinyurl.com/SNES ranking. That's where I put it on my personal website, keep it updated. Time codes will be there for every single game. Once I get them up on YouTube, obviously, you can just click directly on there. I'll take you directly to the episode and directly to the segment of which I actually play the game. Of course, as always, if you have a game you'd like to suggest, you can suggest any Super Nintendo game you wish, and I'll have to play it. I have to play it. I will gladly accept a $20 tip, 8 gift subs, or 2,000 bits. And you can just make me play any SNES game that you want. That also includes games that I've played already here on this, I know directions, on this list already. If you'd like me to look at it again because you think Tough Enough is better than 75, get out of town, play it again. And I'll be like, all right, I'll do it. And I'll play it for at least 30 minutes or until, I'm satisfied. But at bare minimum 30 minutes. I may play it longer because if I think it's interesting or there's something's cool in there, or I think something's not cool in there, I just need to see it because it's a train wreck, I will play it again. Yes, that does include Super Godzilla. Oh God. I have a sub goal here. Got 13 out of 20. That's pretty good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for the subs today, especially Mark Rojas, new subscriber today. Thank you so much for that, and all my other subscribers. Big prayer emojis coming out of me for that one, for all your wonderful support. But if this number gets to 20, we're gonna have to play more Super Godzilla. So yeah, conveniently, 8 gift subs will get me past that threshold pretty quick. So just saying. Oof. Oof.mp3, but not by Tommy Tallarico. I still don't know if he actually did the music in Earthworm Jim or not. I don't believe it. Like, that's so brain pilled by that H-Bomber guy video. Just like, I don't believe it. It doesn't. I don't know if that man has a creative bone in his body after that video. Or I question it at the very least, right? Oh yes, Fonk, thank you. It's worth mentioning the Rocksmith videos took out VODs because I tried uploading one today and it got flat out rejected. YouTube was like, no, you're not putting this up here. I'm gonna have to ask around. I've seen people upload some. But anyways, upcoming tomorrow, we're gonna play some Rocksmith. Burmike asks, have you ever played the SNES port of SimCity 2K? SimCity 2K? What? Not just like OG SimCity, but SimCity 2000? I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh my god. I was about to like do the sign off, but it's like I need to look at this now. Yeah, SimCity 2000 for the Super Nintendo. Whoa! So there's no audio. Oh, there it is. I like this music already. Whoa! Fox says it was leaked. So this is not an official cart, is what we're saying, right? Is that what you're saying, Fonk? This sounds like a MIDI Talking Head song. Yeah, a little bit. Girlfriend is better. I don't know. Maybe. Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Yeah, kind of. Bass? Bass! I thought it was released somewhere. There's a leaked Famicom. I mean, there's a lot of leaked Famicom games. I need to look into this. Thank you for bringing this up, Bird Mick. This is incredible. Hey, what's up, Anti-Boredom? No, this is a YouTube video. Anti-Boredom. Sorry. We're just about to tie things up, and someone mentioned, or Bird Mick mentioned the SimCity 2000 on this disc, and I've never seen this ever before. This is wild. This is all the systems. It's like, yeah, the water stuff underneath, right? And it looks like, I don't know if those electric lines are above ground or not, but I think you can do, I can't remember. Can you do underground electricity in SimCity 2000? I don't remember. It's been so long since I played it. I want to say you can only do like the subway stuff and water underground, I think. Yeah, same here, Anti-Boredom. SimCity, OG SimCity for the SNES is on my list to be played eventually for sure. But this is like miles beyond that, obviously. This still looks half decent as well, right? Like, it's a little jumbly with its sprites, but it's understandable. It's okay. Am I going to use the cheat code? I mean, I will do what I need to do to show off the game. Let's put it that way. This is wild. One thing I'm noticing really quick though, it's not doing... This music is pretty good. Or maybe it's just the way this person is setting up their town. So I don't know if you can do it or not, but like, I don't know if you remember, but like the big deal I remember in SimCity 2000 was like, because it is this isometric view, right? It's like, or like obviously the past SimCity games, they were always on a grid, right? But like in a top-down strict overview. But because it's isometric, I remember you could like draw roads up and down and laterally perfectly straight, even though it's obviously in isometric mode. So like it would use up like, you could basically do like the isometric equivalent of a diagonal, right? To draw roads or, you know, electric lines and you name it. This is crazy though. The fact that it even has the underground stuff is really what's boggling my mind at the moment. I need to see more of this. We'll do some research. Hal made it? Okay, sure. That's cool as hell. I might go try and find that and even just play it later today. That's cool as hell. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I will check that out. What was I saying? What was I? Oh, where'd my music go? There we go. Also, hopefully that audio might have been a little quiet. It's fine. Did the promo on this already. Did the promo on this already. Did the promo on that. Right. Tomorrow, I'm going to play a little Rocksmith tomorrow. I will probably try to start that at around the same time I normally start, you know, which is around 2 p.m. That's what I'm going to shoot for. Burmick, you know I'm going to say it, but thank you very much for that Reba McEntire chart you did the other day. Still very thankful for that. After it's funny because like I wasn't necessarily like asking for that as like a full request. I was like, hey, check this out. You should check out this bassist, and then you just straight up just did the chart. So like, thank you very much. You're the best. It's a great chart too. I know you're looking for like a little bit of feedback on there. If anything seems off, I'll do a little more diving in, see if there's any small things we can maybe you can improve on, but I think it's very solid to begin with. So yeah, we're going to play that tomorrow for sure, right? A little Lights Went Out. Oh God, what's the name of that song? I have to look it up again. Lights Went Out in Georgia. The night the lights went out in Georgia by Reba McEntire. Great stuff. It's like Reba is tops, you know. One of the best to ever do it. We're up there with a bunch of other legends, right? My 10-year-old self would be shocked I'm flanking. I know. Same. But also like that song whips so hard, right? And the bass is like so smooth and like it's not doing anything out of pocket, right? It's not doing anything too wild, but it's like it's just what happens when you have really talented musicians playing music together, right? Leland Sklar, like I mentioned earlier in our stream. Good stuff, right? Anyways, thank you all so much for coming. Thanks for the subs. Marco has a big one today. Tomorrow we'll play some Rocksmith. We'll rank some more SNES games on Thursday. I am contemplating the kickoff of the skill check, which I mentioned before. We're going to play God Hand for the PS2. After seeing Liv play some Pointy Point, after she did her small little dive into the update of the, I always forget the name of this, PSSX2 emulator. Shout out, Fix Your Heart or Die. Gotta do those shout outs. Make sure you check her out. She does incredible stuff with FromSoft games, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna play some God Hand. I'm itching for it. Not to keep everyone for too much longer, but it's like one thing I should note about that game. Obviously, yes, it's very hard. Okay, I'll probably get into it when I actually play it. But like, you play that first level, right? You get through it, and it's fine. But then it takes you back to like this overworld map, and in that overworld map, you can go to like a casino where you can like play blackjack and like do slots to get money, and then using that money you can buy things like power-ups to your life bar and new moves and whatnot. I will note, I'm using a save state for that game after I complete that first stage that I've already done of playing that first level. So like, I'm going to play that first level on stream essentially, right? Just so we can see it and see what it does and blah, blah, blah. As soon as I finish that first level, I'm going to load up a save state that I have that is also right after that first level, but done all the gambling, because I am not going to sit on stream and just gamble for like 3 or 4 hours, because you don't win a lot of money doing the gambling, but it ramps up the more you have to like play on a slot machine that has like better odds, basically, or not better odds, but like has a higher payout, but you need more money to gamble into it. Yeah, and like, I'm not turning this into like watch Russ do this really bad slot machine for like 3 hours, obviously, right? Because it's what I would do on my own time anyways. So like, to save everyone that grace, I've done all that legwork already over the past week or so. I'm pretty sure it's against TOS. Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna go play God Hand for the PS2 on kick.com. Fuck that place first and foremost, right? But it's also, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm not going to do any of that gambling stuff, but I would have done it anyways on my own time. So I just did a save state where I have like a ton of money won already, and then we'll just continue the rest of the game from there. And if I need to like get more money and gamble again after I finish level, then I will do the same thing at that point. So, but it should be fine for now. I got so much more money out of it. It's like I would sit and watch other people stream. I'd just be hitting this button and just rolling this slot machine endlessly, basically. So we'll do that. We'll do that on Wednesday. Maybe I'll do that on Wednesday. I really want to play God Hand. We might play like that game twice this week because I think it's so good. So what if gambling is a skill? Well, look, don't tell people with gambling issues that. Okay, don't focus. Please. Thank you so much for joining me. Big shout outs to everyone. Love y'all. I will catch y'all on the Discord stuff. Talk to you later. Those watching the VODs, nice to have you. Come check me out live sometime. Be really nice. All right, y'all. Thanks a lot. I'll see you around. Oh, we're going to raid someone after this, after I hit the stop button. Hold on.